Have you had challenges with audio and visual when you've been online with your clients? It interrupts the engagement with your clients. In this video, I'm going to share 6 simple technical tips that will turn okay into wow the next time you meet with your clients. When you're meeting with your clients online, one of the goals is to make that meeting seem as if you were together in person. But if you're fumbling with technology, it's just a reminder that you're not together and that you are in this strange virtual world. When you fumble with technology, it disrupts your ability to connect with your clients. But it doesn't require a technical guru to make things right. A few simple tweaks will make you look like a pro. So let's get started. Tip number 1. This is your laptop camera, and we want to make sure that it's in the correct place and positioned well so that you look the best on camera. The problem that I see a lot of people make is when they open their laptop, they open it so that the laptop screen is actually angled away from them. It kind of looks like this. Our goal is to get the screen to be at a right angle with the keyboard. Now your camera is positioned correctly to be looking directly at you instead of looking up at the ceiling. Once you have this right angle set up for your laptop, now we need to make sure that it's elevated to the correct place so that the camera is at eye level. I use reams of paper to elevate my laptops. I use reams of paper to elevate a lot of things. So if you've got reams of paper, use that, put it underneath your laptop, and if not, use some books. Tip number 2. Let's say you're using your smartphone camera instead of your laptop. Well, there's a couple of things that you want to do to make sure that your visual looks as good with the smartphone as it does with the laptop. First, let's get it stabilized. I use a small tripod that sits right on my desk, and I have to elevate that with a ream of paper too. But it at least stabilizes the camera, it stabilizes the phone so that it's not shaking in my hand or propped up against something that might slip and fall. Here is an example of a tripod that I use for my iPhone, and this has what's called octopus legs so that they're very pliable, very easy to move around, very inexpensive. I have a link at the bottom of this video for this tripod in case you wanted to get it for your smartphone. The second thing I do is I want to make sure that my camera is level. The camera is set up long like this, which is horizontally long. It's called landscape. And I want to make sure that it's flat and level and not tilted one way or the other. So I use an app on my phone called the iHandy Carpenter, which is available at the App Store. And in this app, there is a level. So when I open my phone and I have it set up on my tripod, then I open the iHandy Carpenter, open the level, and I just make sure that the bubble is centered. Now I'm level, I'm stabilized, and I'm good to go. Tip number 3 is lighting. When you are in a virtual room with your clients, you want to make sure that you have adequate lighting so that your entire face is lit up. When I'm sitting out here on front porch floor, I have natural light coming this way so that this part of my face is lit up well. But on my left side, that's where my home is, and I don't often have good lighting. But today, I wanted to show you what good lighting could look like, and I have a ring light. This is a 10-inch ring light, and I have that facing right on my left side of my face so that everything is lit up. I also have a similar ring light right in front of me. Now, one of the things I wanted to show you with these ring lights is there are 3 different colors. The one that I'm using now is what would be called a soft white, but I can change it to a warm white, and this is more of a yellowish looking color, a little warmer, a little softer, a little darker. Or there is the bright white light, which is this one, and this is that harsh kind of cold light. I don't recommend you use this at all. Just click to the soft light that I started with or that warm yellow light. I've placed a link for these ring lights. There's 10-inch ring lights below, so you can click on that link and go to Amazon and pick up your ring lights. Tip number 4. This is your background. You want to make sure that your background is uncluttered, because every little piece of clutter behind you is a distraction for your client. They'll start looking to see what's behind you instead of paying attention to what you're saying. So if you've got file cabinets like I do behind me and you don't want, it's not that attractive, or bookcases or anything that's just not clean and looks a little cluttered, but you just can't get rid of it, you can fix it like I did with a white brick wall. Now this brick wall is not a real brick wall. It is actually a vinyl drape, but it's painted in a three-dimensional way so that it looks like a brick wall. And I hang this brick wall off of a stand that I purchased. I put links to this brick wall and the stand in the below this video. But there are different kinds of backgrounds. It doesn't have to be a white brick wall. There are red brick walls. There's lots of different kinds of backgrounds that you can choose. My recommendation is that you think wider versus height, because in case you're using a camera like even on your iPhone that is a little more wide angle, you want to make sure that you've got the ends covered. Tip number 5, headphones and earbuds. You can avoid feedback that can happen, this feedback loop, when you're using the speaker on your laptop and you're also listening to other people speak through that. And you can get this kind of strange echoing that happens. It's happened to me where I'm speaking and all of a sudden my voice is echoing. And it's because there is a feedback loop. Not to mention sometimes the horrible noise that can be made when there's a feedback loop. So whether you're meeting with clients, office staff, or making a court appearance, having earbuds or headphones will make it easier to make sure you've avoided all this feedback. Getting Bluetooth earbuds is a great idea so you don't have strings and cables hanging from your neck. Also, with the Bluetooth, it allows you to just wear one, and that way you can also hear yourself speak and monitor your decibel level, your volume, as well as the pitch of your voice. If you want to go with headphones, most headphones plugs are a 3.5 millimeter jack, which looks like this. And if you're getting a headphone, you're going to not be able to hear a lot of other things other than what's happening coming in from that jack. So with the headphones, they're great for if you're watching a CLE program or some video, but sometimes they're not the best for if you're trying to do a lot of interaction. But if you are going to use a headphone or want a headphone, this is a headphone that I've used, which is the MPAL headphone that I've had for several years. I love it, it's comfortable, and it's very inexpensive, and I put a link for that below as well. Tip number 6. Now, tip number 6 you don't really need with meetings with clients, but if you decide you're going to make a video for your client, or let's say you're going to record a continuing education class, you need tip number 6, and that is to get an external mic. Don't rely on the microphone that's built into your laptop or even your iPhone, because if you create any distance between you and your iPhone, you're going to get very low volume, and your laptop microphone just isn't of great high quality. But the external mic can pick up really good sound and very high quality sound for not a whole lot of money. The external mic that I use is the Blue Yeti. It looks like this, has great sound, and it's very easy to set up. It's practically plug and play. And I say practically is because when you plug it in, you do need to do the setup that's recommended, because when you turn on the mic, if you see a yellow light, that's a warning that it's not fully set up. Once it's set up, this light will be green, and the green light means that you will have good quality sound. Now the yellow light is misleading, because the yellow light on, you'll still be able to record, and you may not know the difference because you haven't heard it with the green light, and the yellow light will just have less quality recording sound. And I put a link below to the Blue Yeti mic as well. So there you go, you've got 6 easy tech fixes. Start with tip 1 and 2 on how to set up your laptop or your smartphone. They're the easiest of all of these, just to get your video set up properly. And you know, I have to give you bonus tip number 7, which is not really a tip, it's more of a reminder, which is common sense, which you'll forget unless I say something. and that is go into your virtual room about 10 minutes before you're going to meet with your client to check your audio and your video to make sure everything is working the way you want. This is like going into your office a few minutes before your client shows up just to make sure the lights are on. It's just a great way to be prepared so that you're not fumbling with technology once your client enters the room. So there you have it, 7 tips that will help you be more engaging with your clients and look like a pro. So go to your Zoom room or your online room, check your background for clutter, check your audio visual, and be ready to go. To keep getting more videos like this, be sure to subscribe and to click that little bell down there below so that you get notified of new videos. And I'll see you next time on From Porch Lawyer.